welcome to your 45-minute Vinyasa flow class. So today, go ahead and get started in Child's Pose. And as you rest in Child's Pose, you can have your knees a little bit wider apart, let your hips sink back towards the heels, let the forehead, let the forearms be grounded down towards the earth. And just allow the first few moments to check in with your body and check in with your breath. So notice the breath as it travels in and out of the body. You can feel the expansion of the lungs, the belly, the chest against the thighs as you inhale, and feel everything deflate and release as you exhale. And we'll just take a few rounds of deep breaths together here. Take a big full breath in through the nose, feel your lungs expand completely. And sigh it out through the mouth, let it all go. And again, full breath in, expand through the belly, ribs, chest. And through the mouth, let it go. And one more full breath like that. Full breath in through the nose, expanding through the belly, ribs, chest. And through the mouth, let everything go. And on your next round of breath, full breath in through the nose. And keep your lips sealed and breathe out through the nose as well. And just start to take your breaths in and out through the nose, cultivating your Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath. If you'd like to invite in an intention for your practice, you can take a moment to set one. Any positive thought for yourself or for anyone else who might need it. From your Child's Pose, just start to ground into your palms, stretch your arms forward, spread through the fingers, and on your next inhale, we'll rise up onto our hands and knees, onto all fours, into a tabletop position. Start to shift your shoulders forward beyond your wrists, and then circle your body over towards the right. Draw your hips back towards the heels and then over towards the left, and make these big, slow circles stretching into the wrists, into the joints, into the outer hips. And stay with your breath as you move. And the next time that your body draws forward, just start to seamlessly switch directions. Start to circle your body in the opposite way. And start to make your way back to neutral, back to your tabletop position. And just tuck your toes under, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. And from your downward dog, as you get into the shape, feel free to paddle your feet out. You can bend one knee at a time. And just walk it out. Wake up the ankles, calves, the backs of the legs. You can lift and lower your heels. Any little movements that you like to open up. And just ground into the hands, ground into the feet. Feel the hips extending up and back. And then with your next inhale, lift both heels up high, rise up to the balls of the feet. Keep your heels lifted, start to bend your knees, shift your gaze between your palms, and then walk, step, or lightly float up to your hands, forward fold. Rise up halfway with a flat spine, heart forward. Exhale, deep fold, back down, and just come up halfway 2 more times. Inhaling, heart forward, shoulders draw back. Exhale, fold, and release. And one more with a breath, heart forward. Exhale, fold, back down. Rise all the way to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweeping your arms up, lifting up through the body. Exhale, fold forward, releasing down, Uttanasana. Rise up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back to plank position, and pause and plank, pressing the earth away. Start to hover your right toes off of your mat into this one-legged plank position. And then take the gap between your big toe and your second toe to the back of your left heel. And you can stay here just pressing the earth away. If you want to start to warm up the shoulders, inhale and shift your shoulders forward. Lower chaturanga, pause, press back up. And 2 more times, lower down, strong core, press it back up. And 1 more time, lowering down, press it up. 3-legged downward dog, right leg lifts all the way up and back. And hug your right knee into the chest, step your foot all the way through between your palms. We're gonna walk our hands, pivot our feet over towards the left side of our space into a wide-legged forward fold. Make your feet parallel. Rise up to your fingertips, lift through the heart, and then exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Take a moment here just to open up the backs of the legs. You can plant your palms, you can hold on to your elbows, and feel the weight in your feet shift a little bit more forward towards the balls of your feet. And start to rise up to your fingertips. And turn your toes slightly outward towards the corners of our mat. Bend into your left knee, Skandasana towards the back of our space. You can keep your fingertips grounded, or for a little bit more challenge, bring your hands to the heart. And we're gonna float through center, either walking your hands through center or just straightening the legs. Bend into your right knee, Skandasana towards the front of the space. Inhale up through center, bend into your left knee. Inhale up through center, bend into your right knee. And then ground your fingertips down. Walk it forward back to your lunge. Plant your palms and lightly step it back to plank position with control. Slowly lower all the way to the belly, passing through chaturanga. Toes point back. Hands by low ribs. Inhale, float the chest up, Cobra. Exhale, gently release back down. And 2 more with the breath. Inhale, lifting the heart. Gently release. 1 more with the breath, lifting the heart. And gently release back down. Engage your core, tuck your toes. You can press up through plank. Lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. And smooth breaths in your downward dog. Inhale to lift the heels up high. Bend your knees, look forward, walk, step or float up to your hands. Forward fold at the top, rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale, deep fold, back down. And rise all the way to stand with your inhale breath. Touch palms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And inhale, sweeping the arms up, lifting up through the body. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. Step it back to your plank position. And again, pause and plank. Just finding that straight line of energy through the body. And then hover your left toes off the mat, one-legged plank position. And then start to take that gap between the big toe and the second toe to the back of the right heel. And again, you can always stay right here, pressing the earth away, so much strength. Maybe 3 chaturanga push-ups. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower and pause. Nice, press straight back up. And 2 more with the breath, lowering down, pressing it back up. And 1 more, lower down, press it back up. 3-legged downward dog, left leg lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, step your foot all the way through between your palms. And then walk your hands, pivot your feet around towards the right side of our space. And again, we're gonna meet in this wide-legged forward fold, opposite way. And just take a moment this time, inhale, lengthening the heart forward. Exhale, fold in. And on this round, we'll take our hands, lace up the fingers behind the back, drawing your knuckles up towards the sky, possibly overhead any amount. And just feel the shoulders lifting up and away from the ears. Again, adjust the weight in the feet so that the weight is more forward onto the balls of the feet. And then steady the breath. Full breaths in, full breaths out. And start to bring your fingertips back underneath the shoulders. Lift the spine up halfway. And we'll do that same Skandasana, bending now into the right knee. Turn your toes out a little bit. And again, you can keep your fingertips supporting you or bring your hands to the heart. And straighten your legs as you inhale. Bend into your left knee. Coming back up through center. Bend into your right knee. Come back up through center. Bend into your left knee. And then walk your hands, pivot your feet back towards the front, back into your lunge. Plant your palms on either side of your left foot. Step it back to plank position with control. Inhale, shoulders shift forward. And again, pass through chaturanga all the way down, keeping your elbows close, toes point back. Rise to Cobra, or if you're ready, upward dog, pressing the arms straight, floating the legs away from the earth. Tuck your toes, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, step, or float up to the top, forward fold. Inhale, rising up halfway. Exhale, deep fold, back down, and all the way up to standing, sweeping arms up, touching palms overhead at the top. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Sun salutation, inhale, sweep the arms up, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back or float back, chaturanga. Lower through your vinyasa. Inhale, rise up to your back bend. Exhale, lift the hips up and back to your downward dog. And just remember throughout our practice, child's pose is always welcome anytime you need a break. You can always skip vinyasas and go straight into downward dog. And you can always add anything else to your practice to make it serve where you're at in your body and in your mind. And walk, step, or float the feet up to the hands, back up to your forward fold. Inhale, rising up halfway. Exhale, deep fold back down. And rise all the way to standing. Sweep the arms up, touching palms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Good. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Lift up through the body. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Rise up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or float it back, Chaturanga. Vinyasa with the breath. Rise to your back bend, inhale. Exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward dog. And in downward dog, always taking this moment to just ground, find the connection of the hands and feet down onto your mat, and just steadying the breath. And walk, step or float the feet back up to the hands, rising up halfway. Exhale, fold deeply. And rise all the way to standing, sweeping the arms up, touch palms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart space. And one more round, Surya A. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising up halfway. Exhale, step it back or float it back through your vinyasa or straight back into your downward dog. And as you make your way to your downward dog, take another full breath here. Full breath in through the nose and sigh it all out through the mouth. Let it go. Good. So from your downward dog, take your right leg and extend it all the way up and back to your three-legged downward dog. And then stack your hip open and bend your knee. So revolving your hip open towards the right side. Keep pressing both palms into the earth. And from here, we're going to make a big circle with your right knee. So shift forward, draw your right knee out towards the right. Try to cross it over towards your right arm. Cross it underneath towards your left arm and circle it all the way up and back with your knee bent, hip open. 2 more big circles like that. Shifting forward, cross it under, all the way up and back. 1 more big circle, knee out towards the right arm, cross it under towards the left arm, all the way up and back. And then come through center, knee to chest, knee to nose, lightly step your foot all the way through between your palms. Spin the left heel down and line up your feet. You're gonna open up to warrior 2. Circle your left arm up and all the way back. And straighten your front knee, reach both arms up towards the sky, touch your palms. Exhale, float it back down to your warrior 2, and then reach it back to reverse warrior. Pause here, just letting the shoulders release, grounding through the feet, extending the right sideways. Take 1 more inhale breath. And exhale into extended side angle, forearm to the thigh or hand to the ground or to a block. And your left arm will cross all the way alongside the ear. So just stay lifted out your right shoulder and create this space from the back heel all the way through the top fingertips. We're going to bring it back to reverse warrior. Keep the legs steady, circle the arms all the way up and back. And circle your hands all the way back down to your mat, plant your palms down. Step it back to plank. You can hover your right foot if you'd like as you lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, rise up to your back bend. And exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take the left leg up and back. And stack your hip open, bend your knee on this side. So now your hips are opening up towards the left side of our space. Maybe you can lift the knee a little bit higher. And then circle your left knee wide out towards the left. Tap it towards the left arm. Cross it under towards your right arm. Circle it all the way up and back with your knee bent, hip stacked open. 2 more big circles. Shifting forward, cross it under. Take it all the way up and back. And 1 more. Big circle. And then bring your left knee into the chest. Step it all the way through between your palms. And spin your back heel down, rising up to your warrior 2. Circling your right arm back. Straighten your left knee, reach both arms up towards the sky. Overhead, touch the palms. Exhale, float it back down to your warrior 2. And then reach back to reverse warrior. Right hand to the back of the right leg. Sweep your left arm back. Pause, breathe. Feel yourself creating that space. Take 1 more inhale breath. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm to the thigh or hand to the ground. And take your right arm, stretch it all the way forward alongside the ear. Feel your chest revolving open. Create space, allowing the shoulders to draw down the back. Then reach it all the way up and back to reverse warrior. 1 more big stretch. Exhale, circle your hands down to plant your palms around your left foot. Step it back to plank position. You can hover your foot or not. Move through your vinyasa or straight back into your downward dog. And take your time, take a few rounds of breath in your downward dog. And walk, step, or float the feet up to the hands, coming back up to your forward fold. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale, fold it all the way back down. And rise to standing, sweeping the arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. So we're going to set up for a chair pose. Feet can be together with the big toes touching or hip distance apart if that feels more stable. Bend your knees, sweep the arms up and sit down low. So keep your core hugging in. Find this nice line of energy from the tailbone all the way up through the fingertips. Can you stay strong through the body and still at the same time soften your shoulders a little bit? See if you can sit down a little bit lower. One more inhale breath. Exhale, fold forward and let it go. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold, step it back to plank position or float it back, chaturanga. Lower through chaturanga, rise to your inhale. And exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Stack your hip open and bend your knee. And one big circle with your right leg over towards the right arm. Cross it under towards your left arm. Take it all the way up and back. And then bring your knee into the chest and step it all the way through between your palms. Spin your left heel down. Open it up to your warrior two. Straighten your right knee, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, float it back down. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle with control in the body. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. And then circle your hands all the way down to your mat. Plant your palms down, step it back to plank, vinyasa, or downward dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Stack your hip open, bend your knee on this side. A big circle with your left knee out towards the left. Cross it under to the right. Take it all the way up and back. And then knee to chest, step it through between your palms. Spin your right heel down, rising up to warrior two, facing the opposite way. Straighten your left knee, reach both arms up and overhead. Exhale, float it back down. Reach back to reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm stretches all the way alongside the ear. Inhale, reach it back to reverse. And circle your hands down to your mat. Plant the palms, step it back to plank, vinyasa or downward dog. And again, in your downward dog, take a few breaths in, a few breaths out. And walk, step or float the feet up to the hands, back to your forward fold at the top. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down, all the way up to standing. Sweeping your arms up, touching the palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And back to chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep the arms up, sitting back, Utkatasana. This time, take your hands, lace up your fingers behind the back. Keep your chest lifted. Draw the knuckles, draw the arms away from you. See if you can sit your hips down deeper. Pull your core in. Take one more inhale breath. And exhale, fold your chest down, taking your knuckles up and overhead, stretching the shoulders. And if it's comfortable, you can gently rock your knuckles side to side, stretching the shoulders, the fronts of the shoulders and the backs. And release your knuckles, bring them back down towards the earth. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale, step it back to plank or float it back, chaturanga. Move through your vinyasa or straight back into your downward dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Stack your hip open, bend your knee. So you can always stay right here in this version of a three-legged downward dog, or come to flip your dog. Shift your shoulders forward. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot and let the right toes drop off of your mat. Lift the hips, lift the heart. Reach your right fingertips towards the front. If you took this back bend shape, take your right arm, stretch it straight up to the sky, almost like a side plank in the upper body. And take it back to your three-legged downward dog, taking your right leg all the way up and back in space. And just step your right foot all the way through between your palms, spin your back heel down, open up to warrior two. Back to that same flow, straighten your front knee, reach both arms up and overhead. Exhale, float it back down. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, extended side angle, take your top arm, stretch it forward. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to your mat. Step it back to plank. Vinyasa, or downward dog. And inhale your left leg up and back. Stack the hip open, bend the knee. And again, you can stay here or shift your shoulders forward over your wrists. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Take your left toes behind you. Lift the hips, lift the heart. Left fingertips stretch overhead. And if you're taking this back bend shape, take your left arm, stretch it straight up to the sky. Think like side plank in the upper body. And then take your left hand down, take your left leg all the way back up towards the sky. Knee to chest, step your foot all the way through between your palms. Spin your right heel down, open up, warrior two. And straighten your left knee, reach both arms up and overhead. Exhale, back down to warrior two. Reach it back to reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reach it back to reverse. Exhale, hands to your mat. Plant your palms down, step it back to plank. Vinyasa or downward dog. And from your downward dog, take a full breath in. Through the mouth, let it go. And again, full breath in. Let it go through the mouth. And one more full breath in through the nose. Sigh it all out through the mouth, let it go. And gently lower your knees down to the mat. Shift your hips back towards your heels. And just take a few rounds of breath. Resting in child's pose, arms can stretch forward or gently reach back. And allow yourself to experience rest. Feel yourself releasing effort. Coming back to that sense of ease and surrender. And see if you can let your breath slow down. Back to those full, steady, deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And from child's pose, take one more full breath in. Let it go through the mouth. And start to make your way back to your downward dog, rising up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, your hips all the way up and back to downward dog. And from your downward dog, take your inhale and extend your right leg all the way up and back, about to the height of your hips. And bring your right knee to your right shoulder or tricep as you shift your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, extend it back. And two more times to the right, knee to the right arm, shift it forward. Inhale, extend it back. And one more time, knee to the right arm, shift it forward. Keep your shoulders over your wrists, then cross your knee over to the left elbow. Bring it back to the right. And just one more time, knee to the left arm, bring it back to the right. See if you can bring your knee higher up towards the shoulder, and then lightly step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. You can angle your right toes slightly out towards the corner of your mat. Lower your left knee down for a moment. And setting up for our lizard pose, so you can always stay here. Hands underneath the shoulders. You can point your left toes back. If you have more open hips, you can come down lower onto your forearms, or maybe place your forearms on top of blocks or some sort of homemade prop. And if you're okay here, if you want even more energy into the back leg, you can tuck your left toes under. Lift your left knee up, and this will intensify the stretch a bit more. And steady breaths wherever you are. And although this is a deep stretch, your body's doing a lot of work here. See if you can still keep your face soft, relax your shoulders, and stay with your breath. Make sure you're breathing fully in and out. And if you lifted your back knee up, gently lower it back down. Place your hands back underneath the shoulders and press your arms straight. Now keep your left palm grounded. Take your right arm, twist it up towards the sky, turning your chest open. And you can stay here if you have the flexibility in your quad. You can bend your left knee and reach back for the top of your foot. If you have the foot in the hand, gently let it go. Bring your right hand back up towards the sky. And then bring your right foot between the hands as you set your right hand back down onto your mat. Lift your back knee up. And we're going to press into a standing split, so shift your fingertips forward. Left leg floats up as you melt in over your right leg. So think of your upper body in a forward fold over your right leg. Relax your head and neck. If you want to play with your balance, you can. One or both hands to the ankle or calf. Practice little handstand hops. Grind your fingertips. Come back to a forward fold, Uttanasana. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale, fold it back down, and then rise all the way up to standing. Sweeping your arms up, touch palms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway with your inhale. And exhale, step it back or float it back, moving through your vinyasa or straight back into your downward dog, flowing through with the breath. And as you get into your downward dog, inhale the left leg up and back, flex through the foot, and bring your left knee to the left shoulder or tricep, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, extend it back. And 2 more times, knee to the left arm, shift it forward. Inhale, extend it back. And 1 more time, knee to the left arm, shift it forward. And again, from here, keep your shoulders over your wrists and just cross your knee over to the right arm, back to the left arm. And 1 more time, over towards the right arm, back to the left arm. See if you can bring this knee higher and then lightly step it to the outside of your left hand. And setting up again for that hip stretch, lizard pose, you can keep your back knee lifted, you can lower it down with the toes pointing back. Maybe come down onto your forearms or on top of a prop. And again, just find steady breaths wherever you are. You can always tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up. And watch your breath as it travels in and out. And this is one of those poses where the longer that you hold it, and the deeper that you breathe, the easier it will feel in your body. And breath by breath, each time that you practice this pose, it opens up your body a little bit more in a place where we already hold so much tension and tightness. Be patient with the body, steady with the breath. If you have your back knee lifted, gently lower it back down. Press onto your palms. And keep your right hand underneath the shoulder. Take your left arm, twist it open and up towards the sky. Find that reach. You can stay here opening through the chest. Option to bend your right knee and reach back for the top of the foot. And lift out of your right wrist, right shoulder. And if you have the foot in the hand, gently let it go. Reach your left arm back up towards the sky, and then take your left foot between the hands as you start to place your hand down. Tuck your back toes, so lift your back knee up. We'll shift into a standing splits. Fingertips slightly forward, right leg floats up towards the sky, melt your chest in. And again, here you can balance any way that you'd like. Maybe you bring your left hand to the ankle or calf, or both hands to the ankle or calf. You can plant your palms and practice hops. And ground your fingertips, ground your feet. Back to your forward fold, rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale, deep fold, back down. And then from here, start to widen your feet apart, a little bit wider than your hips. Turn your toes towards the corners of our space. And sit your hips down into Malasana, into your squat. Plant your palms together, opening up through the chest. And steady breaths in and out. And see if you can lift onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels up off of your mat. And if that's too much, you can just keep your feet planted. And if you lifted your heels up, start to slowly release them back down. Bring your fingertips back down. We're just going to come back to a forward fold, facing towards the front of our space. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold, and step it back or float it back. Move through your vinyasa or straight into your downward dog, taking your time as you move through with the breath. Inhale the right leg up and back, three-legged downward dog. Right knee to your right shoulder, tricep, shift it forward. Inhale, extend it back. And then cross your knee over to the outside of your left arm, shifting it forward. Inhale, extend it back. Knee to chest, step your foot all the way through between your palms. And then spin your left heel down. And take your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Hopefully you can plant your palm down or use a prop underneath your hand to plant it down. You can also come up onto your fingertips if that's just too much for for you. And start to reach your left arm up to the sky into this side angle stretch. Stack your shoulders open. Keep hugging your right hip underneath the body. Squeezing your hip in towards the center line of the body. Steady breaths. And just check that your right knee is stacked directly over the heel. You might need to bend it a little bit deeper. And then really grounded through the feet. Feel like somebody's pulling you up through your left fingertips. We're going to rise up, warrior two. Chest open, and then take your gaze forward over your front fingertips. And straighten your front knee, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, float it back down to your warrior two, and then reach it back to reverse warrior. Big stretch towards the back of our space. And then we're going to float it into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Shift your gaze about a foot in front of your right foot. Take your fingertips there to the ground or on top of a block. Your left leg will lift, your left arm will lift. Try to stack your shoulders open, stack your hips open. Flex your left foot, pointing the toes towards the sidewall. Your gaze can be down to help you balance, towards the side, or for most challenge, maybe look up towards your left thumb. And then see if you can get lighter on your right fingertips. Maybe even float them off the earth. And then nice and steady, without a splash, softly back to reverse warrior. Bend into the front knee. Reach your chest and your arms all the way up and back. Good. Press your right leg straight. Bring your arms out to a T. And shift forward through your right fingertips into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Right fingertips down to your shin, opening up through the left fingertips towards the sky. Feel this spreading across the body. Start to rebend into your right knee. Shift it back to reverse warrior just for one more inhale breath. And then exhale and circle your hands all the way down to your mat. Plant your palms. Step it back to plank position. Vinyasa or downward dog. Moving through with the breath. And take your left leg up and back. Three-legged downward dog. Left knee to the left shoulder, tricep, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, extend it back. Cross it over to the outside of your right arm, shoulders over your wrists. Extend it back. Knee to chest, knee to nose. Step your foot all the way through between your palms. And then take your left hand on the inside of your left foot. And try to plant it down, or you can come up onto your fingertips. Your back heel spins down. Rise up through the right fingertips, opening up your chest to your side angle. Nice, so stacking your shoulders open. Just finding that wide knee across the chest, 90-degree angle in the knee. Maybe you can bend the front knee a little bit deeper, and steady breaths. And then feel like somebody's rising and helping pull you up through the right fingertips. We're going to rise up to warrior two, chest open. And straighten your front knee, reach both arms overhead, touch your palms. Float it back down to your warrior two. Reach it back to reverse warrior, inhale. And then exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Gaze down, fingertips in front of your left foot, right underneath the shoulder. Right leg lifts, right arm lifts. And flex your right foot, toes directing towards the side wall. And as you catch your balance, can you get lighter in your left fingertips? One more inhale, breath. Expand across all of your limbs. Softly step it back, reverse warrior, bend into the front knee. Reach your arms and chest all the way up and back. Good. Straighten your front knee, reach your arms out to a T, and then shift forward, left fingertips to the shin or the ground or a block. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Shoulders stack, spine lengthening. And with the breath, rebend into the left knee, reach your arms and chest all the way up and back, reverse warrior. Circle your hands all the way back down to the earth, plant your palms down, step it back to plank position, lower slow, chaturanga. Good. Inhale brings you up to your back bend, and exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. And just take a full breath in through the nose, sigh it all out through the mouth, let it go. Inhale to lift the heels up high, bend the knees, gaze forward, and see if you can hop your feet to the outsides of your hands, or just step one foot at a time to the outsides of the hands, coming back to Malasana, back to the squat. Wind your feet as much as you need so that you can plant your feet down, And if you need to sit on top of a block or a prop, you can always do that as well. So you're welcome to stay here in this version of a hip opener. Another version, you can reach your fingertips forward and stretch your hips back. You'll feel the hips lift a little bit, let your head and neck relax down. And if you're craving arm balance, opportunity for Bakasana, you can plant your palms down, walk your feet closer together, lift your heels up, and then lift your hips up high. Bring your knees behind the triceps, think like chaturanga in the arms, elbows hugging together. And you'll feel the weight shift forward towards your fingertips and lift your heels up. Squeezing the heels up towards your bottom, and think about hugging your core in as you take your gaze forward. And if you're in this arm balance, you can step or float your feet back through your vinyasa. Everyone else, just come into a forward fold, straightening the legs out. And then you can walk, step, or float it back through your vinyasa. We'll all meet up in downward dog. And then from your downward dog, without dragging your hands, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, folding forward at the back of our space. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale and fold it back down. Rise all the way up to standing, sweeping the arms up, touching our palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Feel the weight shift into your right foot, and bend your left knee up towards your chest, flexing your left foot. From here, we're going to open up to tree pose. So open your knee towards the left. You can use your hand to bring the foot to the inner thigh. You can also bring your foot to the calf. Or you can have your foot onto the ground, heel balancing onto your right ankle. You can keep your hands at the heart to start. Just feel your core hugging in, find your tall spine. You can start to reach your arms up towards the sky and grow that tree pose. Openness through the chest. And steady breaths in, steady breaths out. At the top of your next inhale, touch your palms together. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the heart and set your left foot down to your mat. Feet facing forward, and then feel free to rock forward and back onto your feet. Or step out your feet. Anything you need to do to just release the pressure that might have built up onto the feet. Rise up on your inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky, touch your palms overhead. Just exhale and bring your hands back down to the heart space. A little reset. And feel the weight shift onto your left foot. Bring your right knee up to about the level of the chest. So feel what it's like to start to balance on this left foot. Open your right knee towards the right. And you can use your hand if you need to bring the foot to the inner thigh, foot to the calf. Or you can again use the foot onto the ground, balancing your right heel above the left ankle. And steady breaths wherever you are. Standing tall out of your left leg, hugging the core in, opening through the chest, and maybe start to sweep the arms up towards the sky, finding that energy rising up through the fingertips. And keeping the face soft, keeping the shoulders rested and relaxed. One more inhale and touch your palms together overhead at the top. Exhale, hands to the heart, and slide your right foot back down onto the mat. And again, you can step it out or rock forward and back on your feet. Relax your arms alongside the body. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward down towards the mat. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. Keep a strong core as you walk forward into your plank position. Try not to let the hips sway too much side to side, shoulders over the wrists into plank. And your choice here, last vinyasa, or straight back into your downward dog. And as you get to your downward dog, take another full breath in through the nose. Sigh it all out through the mouth, let it go. Lower your knees, shift your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. Let your body rest. Let your hips stretch back. And again, invite that softness and stillness back into the body. One more inhale breath. And through the mouth, let it all go. And start to gently rise up to seated. We're going to come to swing the legs forward. Sit right about towards the middle of your mat and come all the way down onto your back with your knees bent up and your feet planted. And from here, take your right ankle, cross it above your left knee, and keep your right foot flexed so you're protecting the knee joint. And you can stay right here. This might already be a deep stretch for your outer right hip. If you want to take it further, threading the needle, right hand will come in between the legs, left hand reaches around. You can take your fingers around the back of the left thigh or the left shin. If you're more open in the hips, another version, you can extend your left leg straight and flex your left foot. Reach your hands around the calf or closer towards the ankle. And wherever you are, just find that gentle pressing of the energy of your right knee towards the front of our space. Relax your face, shoulders, and just breathe into the stretch of the hips. And you'll keep your right foot crossed over the leg. Gently place your left foot back down onto your mat. And then cross your right leg all the way over the left. So now crossing the legs at the thighs. Open up your arms out to a T or like a goalpost shape or a diamond shape. And we're going to pick up the hips off of the mat, bump them a little bit over towards the right side of your mat and set them back down. And then let your knees twist over towards the left. You can keep your gaze neutral. You can look over your right shoulder. And the crossing of the legs will make this twist a little bit more intense. If it's too much, you can always uncross the legs. And gently bring your head and your knees back up through center. Uncross your legs, plant your feet down, and bring your hips back through center. Now cross your left ankle above your right knee. And different versions of this hip stretch. Again, you can stay here. You can thread the needle, hands behind the right thigh or right shin. Or you can extend your right leg straight if you did it on the other side. Hold around the ankle or calf. Again, just keeping your foot crossed over the thigh. Gently release the hands, release the grip of the hands and arms. Plant your right foot back down. And then cross your left leg all the way over the right. Open up your arms. Pick up your hips, bump them a little bit over towards the left side of your mat and set them back down. And then let your knees cross over towards the right. Option to gaze over your left shoulder. Just breathing, letting your body reset the spine. Bring your head and your knees back up through center, uncross the legs, plant your feet. Bring your hips back in line with the spine. Draw your knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug, squeezing in. And start to relax your arms down, relax your feet down. And set up for your final resting pose, Shavasana. You can extend your legs out straight. You can always rest with your knees bent up. Let your arms gently relax away from the body. Let your eyes gently relax closed. And before our deepest rest, another full breath in through the nose. Through the mouth, let it all go. And just allow yourself to experience that full release of effort. Let go of effort in the body, allowing your mind to relax fully. And feel your face soften. Feel the eyes rest back, jaw relaxed, shoulders heavy, Belly soft, hips heavy. Just resting all the way down through the arms into the fingers and all the way down through the legs into the toes. And the sound of Om is said to encompass all sounds of the universe. A universal prayer to remind us that we're all united, we are all one. And if you have the time, I welcome you to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you're ready to start to close up your practice, take a fuller breath in and out. And on your next inhale, start to reach your arms all the way back behind you, just finding that nice long stretch from end to end. And gently bend your knees up, plant your feet onto the earth, and softly turn over onto one side into a fetal position. Take a moment to ground your body down. Take another full breath here, in through the nose, through the mouth, let it all go. And start to gently make your way up to your meditation seat, back to your most comfortable seat, resting your hands gently to the tops of the legs, sitting up tall, and touch your palms together in front of the heart space. Reconnect to your intention, your reason for your practice today, and thank yourself sincerely for showing up, for carving out time for self-care and self-love. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.